All right. What up, what it do? It's your boy JDQ with Vision IBTV live from somewhere in Florida. Obviously, I'm not going to dox myself, but y'all already know that somewhere in Florida. Doesn't matter where really, as long as I'm actually on here bringing you some of the current music and entertainment industry news. And of course, as always, we do try to get to the nitty gritty of things. And if we can, and if it's possible, also expose and shed some light onto it. Real quick before starting the show officially, a huge shout out to every single one of you guys who will be here or who are already here, such as Dead Twist and anyone else who will stop by, even for a few seconds, a few minutes, or the entirety of tonight's show. So I do appreciate the love and support you guys always show me and the team and this channel. I know a lot of you crossed over from the main channel, which used to be the boy JDQ, and I appreciate y'all making the jump. For those of you who made the jump, I'm sure up until right now you have not regretted it. And for those of you who are new to the channel, new subscribers to the channel, I know you're not regretting it also because from time to time, I do like very, funny shorts or entertaining shorts, 5, 10, 15-second clips of like my own take of certain things. And of course, bringing you daily updates, or as far as I could remember, up until the last short that I made, I was giving you guys daily updates on the music and entertainment industry news. So, but anyways, getting right into it, not wasting too much time because I know you guys have a life to tend to. The first thing I do want to talk about is this over here. I'm pretty sure technically this is already like old news to a certain degree, but I did still want to, talk about it a little bit because there are certain things surrounding this whole situation that should raise some eyebrows. Um, by the way, I do apologize in advance for my voice. I know it sounds tired. It sounds like a little, was like worn out. So I do apologize about that in advance. I've been doing a lot of talking outside of the show, so bear with me. All right. I really do hope that I'm still able to, bring you guys the same energy that I used to bring on the team streams and the chill streams and all that. So, by the way, before I continue, um, I'm not sponsored by these people, but I'm just showing you guys that this is what it is before I open it up and start drinking it. All right. So, for those of you who know what it is, you know what it is. If you don't know, you've never tried one, then I suggest you do it immediately. Um, Huge shout out to William. Thanks for being here, man. I appreciate it. And like I said earlier, shout out and blessings and love to you guys who are already here, and for those of you who will, show up at some point throughout the stream. All right, so let's read the article real quick. This article is because of themwecan.com. All right, and this is the first magazine cover on which Kanye's daughter Northwest has appeared on. All right. Now, I know this is technically old news, and I know like some people out there have already like talked about it and probably brought it up. But it's always good to have like a fresh view on things and like a fresh original take from a different angle, different perspective. Um, so let's read a little bit of the article here. The title says 10-year-old Northwest lands her very first solo magazine cover. 10-year-old Northwest inherited the spotlight from the womb. The daughter of two of this generation's most famous celebrities, Kanye West and Kim Kardashian, she is rightfully sitting on a throne that's hers for the taking. Recently, ID unveiled its new cover featuring the princess of pop culture. It's North's very first solo cover, and the sat down with the magazine to talk about basketball, style, all things fashion, and why she's part of the new wave of culture. It's the new first interview. It's the first interview for North, and you can already tell she's a star. When asked what 3 words she would use to describe herself, North responds, the best ever. She kind of sounds a little bit like her dad, so I'm not gonna even, yeah. Um, but yeah, that does kind of like resemble her father a lot. She also says her favorite song is her dad's "Through the Wire." Okay, interesting. But she said she's her own style icon. North is a typical 10-year-old girl. No, she's not. Some of her favorite things being basketball and the fact that she got to do her own edges for the photo shoot. She also reveals glimpses into her Hollywood lifestyle, that she doesn't like being photographed by the paparazzi, and that her favorite wardrobe item is the Michael Jackson jacket she got for Christmas. It's a lifestyle North seems acutely aware that she should be grateful for. True. Describe your life in 3 words, asked the interviewer. Blessed, awesome, cool, replies North. Fair enough. The budding icon also explores her dreams for when she gets older. When she wants to be a basketball player, however, in true West fashion, she doesn't stop there. She has a career trajectory in mind that will take her straight to the top. And if she's anything like her parents, she'll have a legion of fans supporting her all the way. I want to be, according to North Star, I mean Northwest, a basketball player, a rapper. Well, when I was 7, I wanted to be a boxer, but now I don't want to be a boxer. I'm going to do art on the side. When I'm like 13, I want to walk dogs to make money to buy art supplies because everything around here is so expensive. Hmm. So a rapper, a basketball player, and I'm going to make artwork that I sell. Also, one day I want to own Yeezy and Skims, and I want to be a business owner, she told reporters. Um, okay, so now let's go to the actual. This is the cover, or if not part of the cover. All right. Um, I don't know if y'all can. I really hope y'all can hear me. So let's look at this real quick, shall we? And I know some of the things I'm going to say. A lot of y'all already know that I'm going to say, but there's a lot of new people on the channel that might uh, not know some of these things that I'm going to be talking about. Um, if you guys have seen one of the last shorts that I made some time ago, I want to say like a few weeks ago, there's a lot of like visuals that I put in that short, pretty much like a back and forth between artists and celebrities, and Freemasonic visuals, and what's the word, subliminal messaging within some of their artwork or photos or whatever. And the one thing that stood out instantly about this magazine cover, and I know a lot of you, like, again, you know what I'm gonna say, but for those of you who don't know what I'm gonna say, this is a common denominator within the elites, within the music industry, the entertainment industry, and it's not just because it looks good. It's not just for eye appeal. It's not because it just looks classic. It looks, what do you call it? Like they're going retro, or they're going, like nostalgic on it or whatever. Um, Everything that's done within a picture for a magazine cover, an album cover, a poster, whatever it may be, it's always carefully conducted. It's always carefully planned out, carefully organized. All right, and so there's no coincidences. There's never a coincidence on why they do the covers the way they do it, and why they pick the colors that they pick. Now, I want y'all to like look at this, right? And right off the bat, the colors that they picked for the picture is black and white, right? And I know the common person would say, "Oh, Jorge, JDQ, it's black and white. It's whatever. Like, stuff looks just more better, or it just looks more, it pops more when it's in black and white." And I'm here to tell you, I'm sorry to, like, be the bearer of bad news, but as soon as you see those two colors on a magazine cover, photo cover, album cover, whatever, typically, right? And I'm being careful here. I'm being very generous with me being careful and tamed in what I'm saying. Um, most of the time, to not say all the time, most of the time, they're just going with the whole Freemasonry black and white duality visual. Okay, and I've shown it before, so I'm not gonna pull it up right now. But I mean, for those of you who want to look into it and are not scared of going down the rabbit hole, just look up black and white duality or checkerboard by the Freemasons or whatever, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So that's the first thing that popped into my head as soon as I saw the magazine cover. The other thing that I looked at is, she has a crown on top of her head, and again, mind you, it's a gray crown. All right, and a lot of people might not like think too much of it. There might be, oh, it just looks cute, it looks adorable on her, or whatever, and she's royalty. Kodiak, blessings and love to you, sister. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. But yeah, so this is just another sign and symbolism that she is part of the elite because of her parents. She was born into being an elite, and she was born into being someone who helps program the masses, especially. And it's crazy. In her case, technically, it's more dangerous. Um, and you might be saying to yourself, JDQ, what do you mean a 10-year-old dangerous? How? Listen, the younger the person who has influence is, the more dangerous they are to society as a whole, because she is now part of that new wave, okay, that is starting to grow, that new generation that's spawning up and growing within the society. And she now has, because of her stardom, because of being the daughter of like two, quote unquote great celebrities or icons or whatever, she already has that at first mover advantage, okay, within her generation. You know what I mean? And she now has that capability and that authority to shape and mold her generation's mindset and how they view the world and how they view society and how they view everything that surrounds them. Now you got to remember, she is, again, like I said a few seconds ago, she's part of the elites. So if this was someone like normal and average and had like a genuinely like good heart and a good, had Christ in their lives and all that, then it'd be like another. It'd be different. But the problem here is that she herself is already part of a family that is part of the elite. When I say elite, I'm talking about Freemasonic elite. I'm talking about, sadly, I had to say it like this, but people who are working against God, people who are working against, faith and Christianity and all things that are good. And she is part of that new generation that is going to push her generation further and further away from God, further and further away from faith, further and further away from looking for a genuine one-on-one connection with the Lord, and that's not good. But anyways, let's see what else is all going on with the magazine cover. I will say though, awesome braids. Whoever did her braids, amazing. Um, but yeah, so let's see what else is going on with her magazine cover. All right, so look, by the way, it says New Wave on the bottom. Would you look at that? Now, what do we see here? What do we see here, guys? What do we see here? I've said this time and time and time again. It is not coincidence. It is not coincidence. It is not coincidence. And I will continue to say it is not coincidence. For anyone who sees this afterwards and sees any of my other videos talking on this topic, and they continue to say, oh, it's just coincidence. Oh, it just looks good. It's just a good pose. It's just a good, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a good hand gesture to do in front of a photo. Y'all need to stop, yo. Yeah, y'all need to like really just stop. Like, stop wanting to stay blind. Stop wanting to stay dumb and ignorant to the fact. Like, I don't know. And I've asked this question on the channel in the past. How many times does something have to be? Does something have to repeat itself over and over again until you have to agree that it's not coincidence? This is the Freemasonic 101 pose for any artist or singer or celebrity on any magazine cover, on any article, on any big first interview, etc. Blah blah blah. This is just like however you want to call it, it's Illuminati like 101, like covering the eye, man, like doing the whole like Eye of Horus and all that stuff. Come on, bro. Like I just got done making a short video on this not too long ago. I literally made a short on this like a week or two ago, exposing that whole hand gesture and that whole like pose, like and what it's all truly about. I forgot how many artists I put in that short video. There was like at least 10 to 15 different artists, all doing the same exact gesture, y'all. Like it's time to stop being ignorant. It's time to stop playing the role of like you know um, blind on purpose person, and look at things for what they are. You know what I mean? Um, I'm reading some of y'all's comments. The world is effed. If things keep happening the way it is, my car insurance will be price of month's rent in a few years. At least 3 years went up 50%. Here in the UK, Helpless is down the plans. I hear you, man. Um, but I will say this, not to toot my own horn, not to toot my own horn, but for those of you who have been here the entire time, I want to say months ago or like last year or the year before that, I did give my non-financial advice on certain things that I knew were going to go up, and they went up and tripled their value within like one day, within like minutes or hours in one day. So if you were here when I had talked about that, and I'm talking about XRP, it went from like 37 cents to like 97 cents or something like that within like minutes in like one day when they won the lawsuit, which I did say they were going to win. So if you bought XRP at 37 cents when I was preaching about it and talked about it, then you came out winning a lot. If you didn't do it because you were being precautious or you were being like careful, or whatever with your money, hey, kudos to you too. But if you did buy in when I told you guys to buy in, when it was like at the cheapest price at the moment, you guys would have walked out with a big payback, huge payback. But anyways, that's nor here nor there. Let's get back to the topic at hand. Um, what's with all the music artists having only pike? It's normal, like it's normal. They're just trying to create extra income streams, bro. And I'm not saying I'm for it. I'm completely against it. But that's the reality. They're really greedy, so they're wanting more money, and so they're making those accounts to just expand their horizons financially. But anyways, back to the cover here. Um, yeah, I wonder if should we look into this person, whoever did the photography? Let's look at the here. Let's look and find out who that person is. Willie Vanderper. I'm gonna try to. Oh, will you look at that? Okay. All right. So if y'all can see this. Oh, I know, bro. I know. I know. Well, see, they've already made it normal. Now they're just trying to get it to where it's generally and openly accepted from the get go. But anyways, let's look at some of this stuff that the photographer for this picture did. We have another. Who is this? Sasha Colby, I'm guessing. Okay, it is. So this is whoever this is, Sasha Colby. I don't know if that's a singer or artist or whatever, but she's doing the same exact pose, covering her eye, doing the Eye of Horus. The hidden eye, the left eye symbolism. I wonder if we can like find anything else. Oh look, picture of the Exorcist. Oh look, a mouth, a hand covering the mouth, like the whole like stay quiet, covering the eye again. Hmm. What else? Oh, blood under the eyes. Black and white symbolism. Black and white symbolism. Um, black and white symbolism. Again. What else? Ugh. Some of this stuff is like really disturbing to see. Ugh. Sorry. I don't even know what that is. This looks creepy as heck. Um, okay. Right. Okay. Whoever this photographer is, man, has some really weird pictures. Is this what I think it is? Yo, am I? Is it just? Is Are you all seeing what I'm seeing? Are you serious? Y'all, can y'all see this? I'll just leave this up here because it makes sense to. Look at this, y'all. I cannot believe. I wonder if this stream is gonna get like blocked now because of this. Oh my goodness. You can't. You gotta be kidding me. Y'all see what this is? And then it's just part of like his name, bro. How do they get like away with this, yo? Oh man, that's crazy. All right, I can't believe I just saw that. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I think I've had enough of this. But yeah. Okay, I'm good on that. Um, anyways, moving on to the next topic at hand, because that was. Yes, yes, it was. It was. Oh man, it's so messed up, yo. All right, let's go to the next subject because yeah, that cracked me up. All right, so apparently, this is by complex.com. The the title reads, "Big Boy's pet owl got spooked during rapper's performance." Now, there's a reason why I brought this specific article up, but I honestly, this is gonna be the first time I actually read the article. So let's dive into it. Big Boy's recent performance at Kennesaw State University didn't go exactly as planned. The Outcast rapper played at the school's football game on October 28th and tried bringing out an owl. However, the owl got spooked right as Big Boy brought it out to the stage. And a clip from TMZ, Big Boy is seen walking out with the owl, but the bird quickly tries to get away. Unfortunately, it was leashed to Big Boy's glove right hand, so it couldn't get very far. I'm not going to play the clip, but Big Boy was joined by Sleepy Brown on stage to perform the song Sucker Free. So Sleepy Brown took over as Big Boy was trying to wrangle the owl. Big Boy still tries rapping into the mic while the bird is freaking out. Before someone comes over to help, he gives the owl to the handler, and another one of his birds can be seen behind him with a different handler. They both continue the show, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, I just thought it was interesting how like that's a big owl too, yo. I kind of like want to play the video a little bit just because it's like a huge owl, man. I'm scared to play the video because I don't want to get a copyright strike on this. Should I play the video just a little bit just to see like, you know what? I'll play for a few seconds just to see because
Big times. You know what I'm talking about? Unibel.
Yo, that owl is the size of that kid. Look at the size of the owl. Look how big the owl is compared to. It's like either as big as his kid or whoever that is, or I would even say like a little bigger. That's insane. That is crazy. But yeah, so okay, let's. You know what? Because I hate talking on my ASS. So let's uh here. There's a few things that the owl represents. Um, but here, let just here, and this is nothing new. What I'm about to show you guys is nothing new. Um, but for the sake of like, this is why it caught my attention. But when you go to search up, like owl, like occult symbolism or whatever, typically what you find is this right over here. The Bohemian Grove owl, right? But that owl, all right, the whole like what it truly represents, all right, um, is like child sacrifice, right? Child sacrifice and a bunch of other things. But they use the owl a lot within witchcraft and the occult and all this other stuff. And so anytime the owl, like the celebrities, singers, or artists bring up the owl or use the owl in some way, shape, or form, and yes, I'm talking to you, Drake. Um, it already holds the meaning that it holds within the occult. Why? Because again, this is me being careful and me being, polite. But 9 times out of 10, a lot of these singers and artists and celebrities or whatever, they are witches and warlocks. They just are. And it's funny because you'll have people who have worked with them closely who are openly admitted witches and warlocks telling you that the artists that they work with are witches and warlocks. For example, that one girl who pretty much like exposed, I won't say exposed, but she was open about how Beyonce is a witch. You know what I mean? Um, and so it's the same thing across the board with all of them. Um, whether they whether they practice different types of witchcraft or not, it's nor here nor there. It's the same thing, tomato tomato. You know what I mean? But anytime you see any type of symbolism, whether it be something that they wear or something that they bring on stage or whatever, 9 times out of 10, it has this type of like symbology and meaning behind it. So I just thought it was interesting how Big Boy was out there with this owl. The plan for him like backfired, obviously, but still something to consider. All right, Free Willy. Sure, sure. All right, I got one more specific topic to talk about, and then we'll bring up some other stuff that I wanted to talk about and bring to you guys' attention. But here is this article that I also found. This is by BBC.com. The article title reads, Megan Thee Stallion raps about mental health in new song Cobra. Now, obviously, what is going on here? Are y'all seeing what I'm seeing? Is it just me? Is my mind just making something up here? Should I do like a close up? Hold on, let me do a close up because I want to see if it's just me being weird or if I'm seeing this correctly. I'm just gonna leave it there and just kind of like let me know if y'all see what I see. I'm gonna give y'all a few seconds to figure out what I'm trying to say. Again, maybe it's just me. I might be I might be reaching here. I might be reaching here, but but it's disturbing to me. If y'all see what I see, just let me know in the live chat comment section. If y'all don't see it right away, then y'all don't see it right away. But if you do see it, type it in a very discreet way in the live chat. Again, it might just be me. I might, you know, it might just be me being weird about it. But I just don't know if I'm alone in this consensus here. If it's just me reaching really hard. Excuse me. Anybody? Anybody? Anybody see anything out of the norm? No. Anybody? All right. What is this? What is going on here? Is that like a bulge? Is that me? Or is there like a bulge in there somewhere? You know what I mean? I'm seeing things that it should have a bulge like this over here. It should have a bulge. It has it. Cool. Same over here. It has a bulge. It should be there. Cool. Same over here. What is this? What? And not that I was staring at that, specifically. It stood out right away though. It was like you can't miss it. You know what I mean? Like if I were to put this back and take away the zooming in, if I go back to 100, you can still tell right away. Like it's you're not alone. Okay, so I wasn't the only one. Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure because I was like, am I tripping? Like this is non-alcoholic. You know what I mean? This is straight up just Malta, non-alcoholic malt beverage. This is all this is. So I was like, I was want to make sure this wasn't like spiked within the factory or something. Good to know that I'm not alone. All right, let's read the article, shall we? All right. Oh Lord, help me. Okay. Now I don't even know if I should say Megan or if I should say Michael or Morgan. Morgan the Style. I don't even know anymore. Anyways, Megan, if that's what your real name is, the Stallion has opened up about her mental health in her first solo song since Tory Lanez was jailed for shooting her. In new release Cobra, the rapper says she hit rock bottom and cried every night after the 2020 shooting in which she was shot in the foot. In August, Canadian rapper Tory was sentenced to 10 years in prison. The song is Megan's first release as an independent artist after a legal dispute with former record label. Referring to the shooting, Megan raps, "Every night I cried, I almost died, and nobody close tried to stop me. At night, I'm sitting in a dark room thinking, probably why I always end up drinking. Yes, I'm very depressed." Her lyrics also touch on missing her deceased parents, struggling with anxiety and infidelity. Fans on the internet have suggested Megan had been reflecting on her relationship with her ex-boyfriend Partisan Fontaine in the song. In the accompanying scaly video, Megan emerges from a large snake, shedding its skins before she too sheds her skin. Interesting. A metaphor for shedding her past, she says. Sure. Okay. Explaining the theme in an Instagram post, she said cobras exemplify courage and self-reliance. In April, Megan said she had fallen into depression after the shooting, but was now excited to get back into music after the rebirth of a happier and healthier her. The song heralds a new start for Megan, Morgan, who said she's self-funding her next album. Okay. Cobra is the first track released by Megan's Hot Girl Productions, following her going independent after severing ties and settling a lawsuit with 501 Certified Entertainment over her contract. Okay. Well then, that's not what I expected in many ways, but okay. See, I thought about that. I really did think about that, but I'm like, but that, that has a certain that type of like imprint has a certain characteristic to it, and it doesn't look the way that in the picture looks. So yeah, I hey, but who knows, man? We could be wrong. You know what I mean? And I'm open to me being wrong and incorrect because I've been wrong and incorrect a lot of times. So it might just be me. You know, maybe it's my imagination. Maybe it's our imagination. You know, escaping us. But yeah, the odds are against her or him or whatever it is. But anyways, and you know what? I'm not even. I'm just gonna stop myself before I continue because okay. All right, let's go to other topics. Um, which by the way, it's funny because I shared something on the community post area of this channel twice today. I think something I shared was a video that Fallen World Films came out with earlier today, which was amazing. And if you guys want to see it right now, we can. Yeah, it's exactly what I thought, right? That's not a woman. That's a man, baby. But yeah, no. Fallen World Films last video. If you haven't seen it, go ahead and watch it like right now. I posted the link of that video on the community post area. But the other thing that I posted earlier was a video by, was it Fallen World Productions? No. Man, I forget the name of the channel now, but it's of another channel that does something similar. You know what? Here, I have it on the phone somewhere. I'm sure. Um, oh, End Times. There we go. End Times Productions. All right. So, yeah, if you guys haven't seen that video, then I highly suggest that you watch it ASAP too. Yeah, I know, man. I know. All right. I did want to bring up something that Diddy did. Diddy did. Rolls right off the tongue, huh? But yeah, something happened, and I'm not talking about the Batman costume. I'm talking about something else. But he did apparently dress up like Batman. Um, Man, what was it? I know he came out with like a. Was it him? I forget who it was now, but I think someone, either him or another rapper or singer, came out with like a weird um film or whatever. It's not this one though. Dear Lord, help me. Off the. Oh, okay. Here we go. Okay. So, all right. This is, yeah. This is not what I was talking about, but this is something else that I did want to bring up, which I found interesting. So I'll bring that up and we'll talk about it. Um, Here we go. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Perfect. All right. So apparently, Diddy is producing or has produced a movie called Off the Grid. Off the Grid. The title alone should kind of sort of send chills down your spine. Oh snap! We got one of the co-hosts in the live chat. We got Geek on the House. The Korean restaurants. No one invites me to anything anymore, and I get it. I get it. You know, I'm isolated. I'm the quote unquote the introvert. I get it. But where is the invitation? Where is the postcard with a little sticker on the back with a smiley face saying, bring it, or come hang, or come on down, or come visit sometime? I don't know. I don't see those things anymore. But no, that's cool, man. That's cool. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate that. But yeah, everybody show Kiko some love. He's one of the co-hosts of the channel. He's one of the team members of the channel, and he's stopping by, showing some love and support. So I appreciate that, man. Thank you. All right, so um, let's go see what this is about, because like I said, the title alone of the movie should kind of send like chills down your spine, because this is something that we've talked about in the past. That eventually, at some point, whether it be a year, 2 years, 3, 4, 5, however many years from now, it's going to get to the point where a lot of us are sadly going to have to be off the grid and on the run. I like how it sounds. Off the grid and on the run. I might use that. But yeah, it's gonna have to be. Eventually, there's no escaping that, because there will be a time where there will be heavy persecution against Christ followers, Christians, believers, however you want to call it. And we are nearing that season of life where we're already in the end times, but we're just getting closer and closer to that time where many of us will have to be on the run, and this is not going to be allowed as much, or in the same way that it is right now. And it's sad to admit, and it's sad to say, but that is biblical prophecy, and that is real, history, and just straight up, just like real news. But anyways, let's see what this is about, because the title caught my attention. This is by Billboard.com. The article title reads, Diddy releases trailer for Off the Grid movie inspired by the Love album. So apparently he has a album out or coming soon, about to drop, named called the Love album, which, Kiko, you were doing that before he came out with it. So hey, I would try to sue him. I'm kidding. But yeah, no, let's see what this is about. And let's take this out the way. Where is the actual? Oh, here it is. Okay. So we'll play this. Hopefully we don't get like a copyright strike or whatever. Sandra so like a black turkey. All right. Hopefully, let's cross your fingers and pray that we don't get a copyright strike for this.
Our worlds revolve around food, but
Commercial.
food impacts our world too. On the low carbon diet, you can eat all the Greenfield Natural Meat Co. you love, because we're proudly carbon neutral, making better food for a better planet.
Commercial.
At Take 5, you stay in your car because we're faster than you think.
Oil change is done. That was so fast I didn't even have time to finish knitting these sweaters. Oh well.
Cheese!
Take 5 to stay in your car 10-minute oil change.
What's the most spontaneous thing you've ever done in your life? Ain't no turning back now. So what kind of niggas you be fucking with?
It's both a blessing and a curse to feel everything so deeply.
I guess it's all over now.
Sometimes I just want to hear my own thoughts.
You finally succeeded.
So would you say you have an unhealthy relationship with love?
Can't handle the pain.
Now, I want y'all to like pay attention, all right? Lord help me. So again, colors mean things in visuals, right? And they mean, let me be really clear about this, because if I'm not clear, Dear Lord help me. All right, so when high-ranking artists and celebrities, such as Diddy, and anyone involved with him, not me, not you, no one typical or average, but when they, in this specific, situation, when he puts visuals that are red and black and the way that he's doing it, there is meaning behind it. There's a reason why those colors were chosen. There's a reason why those colors were picked intentionally with an occult meaning behind it. If I were to do it, it's just red and black. Because I'm not an occultist. I'm not, a witch. I'm not a warlock. I'm not affiliated with the elite. I'm not affiliated with, what I'm saying, Freemasonry. So if I put red and black, it's just because I wanted to throw on red and black. Doesn't mean anything. But when he and when they do it, there is intention behind it, and there is subliminal messaging behind it, and there is occultic meaning behind it. Red and black means death and sacrifice. But anyways.
But just remember this. As long as you live and breathe, I love you, baby.
I've just experienced so much loss in like the last year. I had to put love on a timeout.
I love you, baby.
Just because you lost love doesn't mean you can't try again. It's too good to be true, so you don't believe it. So you self-sabotage.
Have you ever danced in the desert under the moonlight?
Never above you.
Never above you.
Never below you.
Never below you.
Always by your side. If we're gonna do this, promise you're not gonna fall in love. Go!
What the fuck did you do? You can't fall in love either.
That money make niggas do foolish shit. Make niggas come off ruthless shit. Now you looking at me all clueless shit. Now I'm out in the house by the pool and shit. Running around the city with crazy niggas. 50.
All right, that's enough of that. Sorry, y'all had to, bear and suffer through that. But I will read a bit of a separate article on that. William says, let me not forget 60 chemicals in each bite of fake meat. Facts. Also think of this government, etc. Don't let public grow food or fruits without permissions, etc. Control the food. You control the people. Yeah, they've been doing that for years, decades upon decades now. But it just keeps getting worse and worse as time goes by. That is a fact. All right, so let's read a little bit of the article that was accompanied by what we just saw. This is, of course, by RollingStone.com. Love and Chaos, Collide, and Diddy's The Love Album Off the Grid short film trailer. The film, which Diddy described as an extension of the album's soul, stars himself alongside Eva Apio, or Ava Apio. I don't know how you pronounce that. Diddy's latest record, The Love Album, Off the Grid, goes off the rails in the first official trailer for the musician's forthcoming short film inspired by the music of the album. Set for a theatrical release, the short stars Diddy alongside model and influencer Ava Apio, and according to a synopsis, will capture the essence of escaping with a romantic lover into a world free of distractions and communications. It's about immersing oneself in love with no phones allowed. Interesting. And again, interesting. Why do I keep saying interesting? Well, I want to say last year or the year before last year, I remember very vividly talking about how potentially the states could be going in a season of being, off grid in general because of the grid suffering from an EMP attack, electromagnetic pulse. And now we're getting this track and album by Diddy, pretty much like romanticized, which is okay. Like if it were like just the fact that he's talking about legit what he says it is, that's awesome. I enjoy the idea of leaving technology behind when you're with your partner, lover, wife, husband, whatever, to enjoy each other's company in full. You know what I mean? I think it's a great idea, and that's something that I plan on doing in the future with the person that I am talking to, the person I'm getting to know, and the person who I view as my potential partner, and wife potentially, eventually. But because I know that that's not the case, because I know that there is always like what's the word, predictive programming with a lot of these things that they um, that they promote or that they launch or whatever they tracks or songs or whatever they drop. There's always, especially with him, with Diddy, predictive programming. So are they giving us a hint of what's to come? I don't know. I'm not saying that that's the case necessarily, but I think it's interesting how everything is titled. So, anyways, uh, um, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I'm not gonna read the rest because it's just commentary from like him or whatever. But anyways, I thought it was interesting to bring that up. Um, they put in 15-minute cities here in UK. You're not allowed to drive to another 15-minute city, plus only allowed to drive a few times a week. That's crazy. Yeah, man. I mean, it's all coming for every single one of us, and there's nothing we could do. And it's sad, but it's what's coming. Anyways, forgot a few more things that I did want to run by you guys real quick. But before I do that, um, before I pull up the next article that I want to talk about, I do. Ooh, huge round of applause and show lots of love to Emily Rose, the lovely, the beautiful, the amazing, the phenomenal, fantastic, outrageously amazing, wonderful, mega, ultra, super, powerful, wise, loving, warrior princess of the Lord. Uh, I don't know what you mean by that, Emily. You said not so sure about what. And thank you for that. I appreciate it. William says it was like film Songbird was made just before first clock downs. Oh, exactly. Exactly. That's a good way of putting it. It's a good analogy. And that's true. Um but it wasn't Songbird. How was it called, the movie? With what's her face? Was it Mockingbird? Was it, man, I forget the name. Was it Bird Box? I forget the name, but I know what you're talking about. And with the one with Sandra Bullock. And you're right. That came out before lockdown started because of the whole situation. And it was like a precursor of like what we were gonna be like facing. That's kind of like what I'm talking about right now, you know. But again, I could be wrong. I could be wrong, and hey, if I'm wrong, I'll admit I'll be the first one to be like, hey, I was wrong, you know. But I don't know. Again, I just find it interesting how they will title certain things, and it just feels like it could be predictive programming. But who knows, man? We'll just have to let time speak for itself. And Emily, you still haven't answered my question. You said not so sure about what specifically. Let me know. Huh. William put a link. I'll get to that link in a second, bro. Give me 1 second because I have one more thing I did want to run by you guys before doing like an off the cuff chill stream moving forward. Where was it? It's funny because I had some of these tabs open earlier and I don't know, I accidentally closed a few of them and it is what it is. But yeah. Oops. Let's do this one. I hate when the thing that I use does this to me. It's like I'm over here trying to be specific and you just bring it back to like the main. No. Okay, this is yeah. We'll definitely talk about that for sure. All right. Before I bring up what I'm going to talk about real quick, I want people to understand that I don't necessarily hate anyone. And what I'm going to say, it's not out of anger. It's not out of hatred. It's not out of, not understanding what the person meant to other people. But I just want to be honest with a lot of you and with myself. This trailer, look at how the scene was. I'm hoping for accuracy. Oh yeah, bro. Yeah, it's coming. Yeah, and well, technically the purge is already real, and it's already happening. Like, it's just when you look at some of the like reportings of like California and Seattle and other places, it's basically the purge. You know what I mean? Just without the siren, really. Exactly. But anyways, let me show you guys this real quick, and then we'll get to the link that William shared. I wish people would stop idolizing things that didn't really help the community or society as a whole. This article is by PressDemocrat.com, and it's the article title reads, Tupac Shakur has an Oakland street named for him 27 years after his death. Why, though? Why? Why are people, and this is where I say, listen, if you grew up listening to the guy and you hold him near and dear to your heart, and I don't know, in some weird shape or form, he helped mold you into a good person, like a good human being. Hey, I feel for you and I get it. I understand that person, that you have them on a pedestal and you hold them in high regards, and they're like a role model to you. That's fine, and I respect that. But we got to stop like glorifying, because this is a way of glorifying, like, putting someone's name on a street sign or on a road sign or whatever. It is a way of like kind of like what's the word, immortalizing the person. And the thing is, like, because of him, and I'm not saying only because of him, but he was a factor in a lot of this dumb, stupid, like, I want to use a word, but I'm not going to, is ignorant mindset of like thug life, like glorifying thug life and being a thug and being a criminal and being a gangster and being this and that. I'll be the first one to say, if your mentality, when you think of thug life, or when anyone brings up thug life and you're like, oh yeah, like thug life, and you think it's something good, you think it's something positive, you think it's something that benefits society, you have a huge problem. Go get help, because it's the dumbest. And I will always say, I don't care what happens. I don't care. I don't care if you're like a legit real gangster, a gangbanger. I don't care if you're in an actual gang. Okay, if you think that's good, that's a positive thing, and that's like, it's a good thing that you're in one, or that it exists. You are beyond ignorant. You're beyond, and I really pray and hope that God reaches you and he reveals himself to you, and that he changes your life and turns it around. And I hope you find Christ and all that. But if you're the type of person who holds on to thug life being like an actual positive good thing, you have problems. And sorry to say this, but you've been duped. You have been tricked. You have been bamboozled. You have been hoodwinked. You have been, however many other words you can think of being scammed and tricked into thinking that that's something good, because it's not. It's the dumbest thing you could do. Being in a gang is the dumbest thing you could do. And some people say, oh, well, some people, that's all they know. That's what they grew up in. There's always options. Growing up, you always have choices. You have the choice and decision to be like, I'm going to walk away from this. I'm going to, do something better for my life and time. I'm going to actually be someone beneficial to society, so on and so forth. If you're like born in it and you grew up in it and you look around you and you don't think and feel something's off and something's wrong, you get help. Seriously, get help. That's the worst thing you could do with your life. And the dumbest. This is the dumbest thing you could do with your life. But anyways, yeah, that's what says Tupac was mostly an actor. I liked his music, but he wasn't real. Yeah, he was. And it's been proven time and time again, It's been proven so many times. He was not of the streets. He was not a real criminal. He was not a real gangster. He was not, like, just because you talk and act the part doesn't mean you are the act that you're playing. Like, it's oh man, women's being petty over here. But it's true, man. It's been proven time and time again. Like, these two people, him and Biggie, were CIA like operations. That whole era was a big CIA operation. Same thing with the crap epidemic or whatever. CIA operation. And it goes on and on and on and on. Like, just a bunch of CIA operations back and forth, like nonstop. Exactly. Every single one of them. And they've done a great job at it. And they open the doors for more of their kind, if not worse, to do the same exact thing. And I know, maybe like a decent amount of people who are watching this or will end up watching this later or whatever. This might turn them off. Me talking about this might turn them off, and they might unlike the video or like unsubscribe, and I don't care, because I'd rather give you tough love, and I'd rather speak the truth and like tell you what it really is, versus you continuing to like play, like be in denial and like just ignore what's really going on, what's really in front of you, and like the actual information that's out there. And yeah, the internet is open source and everyone can access to it and find information and all that. And a lot of this useful information has been buried very, very deep into like the darkest corners of the web, but it's still out there. You can still find it. Like, it's up to you whether you want to continue covering your eyes and ears, or if you want to open yourself up to, the possibilities of finding some information that it might hurt, but you might need to hear it. You know what I mean? Oh, it was a good one today too. No, I was actually talking about it. I actually shared their last video on the community post on this channel because it was good. It was really, really good. And so was End Times Productions last video too. I shared both of them earlier on the community post area. So hopefully it gets some traction there too, because it was really good. It was really, really good stuff. But yeah, like, you know, one of the many reasons and purpose of this channel is to be the light on a lot of these topics and a lot of these quote unquote artists, quote unquote like celebrities or whatever, and shine the light over, you know, their dark truths. You know what I mean? And I've explained this in the past, how, you know, I'll always bring up news articles on a lot of these artists and rappers and singers and art, you know, whatever. But if y'all notice, there's a method to my madness, and I always bring up like negative examples, right? And you might be thinking to yourself, oh, well, you're only looking for the negative. That's the funny part. I don't have to dig deep. I don't have to spend a lot of time searching for the negatives, because it's always like the first thing that pops up when I look up a lot of this information, a lot of these articles. It's like, it's all negative. Like every bit of it is always negative. You know, they're not helping you. Matter of fact, and I'll bring this up real quick because there's so much to talk about. But, you know, Geeko used to say this a lot, and he still says it from time to time, and he still preaches it. But, you know, when singers, artists, rappers, when they make their songs and they say, you know, F you and you a BAN, right? And so on and so forth. They're talking to you. They're flexing on you, the listener, their fan. They're taking a big dump on you. They're giving you the middle finger. And I'll say, like, as I'm facing the camera so that it's a little bit more personable, if you're a fan of any of these secular mainstream artists, rappers, singers, whatever, and in their songs, they're like, oh, F you, so-and-so, and, you know, these music videos where they, like, giving the middle finger, they're giving you the middle finger. They're saying F you to you, the listener and viewer, because they're laughing in your face that they have gotten wealthy off of you watching and listening to their trash. And this has been said in the past by many artists, but I think one of the last ones who said it was what's his name? Either Young Boozy or Young something or whatever. He was admitting that these artists and rappers, especially rappers, get paid a lot more when they promote the filth and the flexing on you, and, you know, the flexing money on you, flexing females on you, and this and that. They make a lot more money for it. It's so weird because people will fall into the trap of like watching these things and like listening to it, thinking that it's supposed to pump them up and motivate them. But when it's really the artist flexing on you, making you feel helpless, making you feel like you're a loser, making you feel like you're, you know, failure in life and this and that. That's their goal. That's their purpose, is to make you feel like crap. And they're achieving it. And to top it all off, they're getting wealthy and richer because you continue to allow them to abuse you the way they continue to abuse you. It's crazy. It's crazy how much people will allow themselves to be mistreated through what they listen to and what they watch. But that's what they do. That's what you do. If you listen to any mainstream and secular artist, that's what you're doing. You're abusing yourself, and you're like punishing yourself, and you're allowing yourself to be punished by these artists that continue to flex on you, making you feel like crap, making you feel worthless, making you feel like the biggest failure in life because you don't have what they're showing you that they have, supposedly, and they keep getting rich off of you, and they laugh in your face, and they're laughing behind curtains, and they're laughing behind the scenes. Like, I can't believe these idiots, these viewers, these listeners, these fans keep falling for the same crap over and over again, and we keep flexing on them, and we keep making them feel like trash, like total crap, and we're getting rich off them. That's what they talk about their fans and you guys all the time. I promise you, behind curtains and closed doors, they are laughing their way to their mansions because they're getting rich off of you listening to them flex on you. That's the truth. You could believe it or not. That is the truth. Anyways. Oh, Lord help me. The truth hurts, don't it? We'll watch replay after this. Okay. No. But it's William, I didn't put the video on this stream. I linked the videos from Fallen World Films and from Anton Productions to the community tab. That's what I meant. That's my bad. William says we all just need to open our eyes and look around. It's messed up. Half the men here got blue hair. That means they not men. They tampons part-time detectives. That's funny. I heard some weird stuff about them taking master copies into some temple room to put spells on these days. Yeah, and that's never really stopped. They've just found different ways of doing it. Yep. It's the truth, man. It's just listen. It's just the truth. And it's funny because it's like I stopped listening to mainstream secular music back in like 2000 and like 2008 or 2009 or whatever, sometime around that. I stopped actively listening to like mainstream secular. Nowadays, I might listen to it to study it and analyze it, but I opened my eyes back in 2008, 2009. You guys have heard the story before. What I went through that got my eyes open back then, and I never looked back. I never turned around again. I never said, "Oh, I'm scared of the rabbit hole." No, I followed the rabbit hole, and I'm still following it to this day. And you just when you wake up and you open your eyes, it's hard. It's really hard to go back to sleep, and it's really hard to like go back to how the way things were. And that's something that I have trouble with sometimes because sometimes I want to be the person that I was before my eyes opened and before I woke up, because I was a lot more of a clown, a lot more of like easygoing, a lot more I guess you could say like a class clown type and all this other stuff, a lot more outgoing. But the thing is, it's like once you know the truth and once you open your eyes and once you like wake up and you see the world for what it really is, it's hard, because if there's no one else around you who's also awake and who has also opened their eyes, it gets awkward, and it gets weird, and it gets difficult to speak to people because they'll bring up stuff that you just don't care about anymore. Things that are just distractions, things that that just you don't care for anymore. You know what I mean? And it sucks and it hurts, because you would like to be like, man, I remember when that used to be like a huge topic of interest for me. And I remember when that used to like get me pumped, like hearing about this and that and hearing about that person or this sport and this game and this, this and that, and how happy it would make me and how like relaxed it would make me. But like nowadays, like after you've opened your eyes to reality, and once a lot of these things are just there to distract you and pull away from like the important things of life, it gets difficult to like mingle with people, man. Like it really does. That's not to say that I don't. Like I still mingle with people and I'll still be the most outgoing introvert out there. Don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? I'm still like the same funny guy here and there, very cheerful and very like optimistic and cheerful and all that, but it's just different. You know what I mean? It's just different. But anyways, oh yeah, they do. They have a whole strategy behind it. They have females who are used for that specific reason, like, and purpose, like nothing else. Yep. Mason. Oh yeah. It's true. There's tons of people who talk about it. Yeah. That's the thing is it, like, it's out there for people to like see and observe and like, all right, it's like a legit thing, but it's desensitization. That's the word. Desensitization to a lot of these things. Like, you bring up witchcraft, you bring up magic, you bring up sorcery and this and that. People will say like, oh, yeah, that's true, but it doesn't work the way that you think it works, or it doesn't look like or work the way we've seen in the movies. It's like, it's crazy because like it actually does. Like, I've never been there. I've never been in a room where someone's like performing witchcraft and say, oh, this colorful portal that sparkled opened up, and like, I wasn't there. But when you hear some of these like ex-Satanists or like ex-witches or warlocks, like John Ramirez or whatever, and like, yo, portals do open up and things don't go through and to and from these portals, and astral projection is a real thing, and so on and so forth. So yeah, they happen, and who knows what that might look like, and I honestly don't care to know what that looks like, but it might very well look like the way that depicted in some of these movies or whatever, in cartoons. But it's not worth it. You know what I mean? It's just not worth it, yo. And yeah, it literally is the Matrix. I think, I don't know, like around 8:45 or 9, I will be calling it a night, just to let y'all know in advance, so that no one's caught off guard or whatever. But yeah, that is going to be my time tonight, like around 8:45 or 9 p.m. Eastern time. I have to read this a few times. Okay, hold on. It's like faith in God. The government's okay. So it's like faith in God, the governments want the public never to believe in it, as means they can't control people as they would follow what Bible says. Think about it. Yeah. I had to see it. Okay, so I'm glad you brought this up, but I must semi-correct you a little bit. But I know what you mean, and I am grateful that you are giving me some amount of props. I appreciate it. But I didn't open your mind to religion. I did open your mind to faith and a close personal relationship with God and Christ, which is it's the only thing that I believe in. I don't believe in religion. Religion means nothing to me. I'm not a religious person. I am a person of faith, and I'm a person who believes that we should all seek a personal relationship with our Lord and Savior, right, and our Creator. And I mean, Jesus Christ, just in case no one says, "Oh, he didn't say the name," so it might be no. Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, and yours too if you accept it, right? But yeah, like, that's what I try my best to like portray and teach. Religion means nothing. Jesus came down and pretty much like was not happy with religion. He didn't stand for religion. The veil was broken when Jesus died and resurrected. So there's direct communication with the Father, with our Heavenly Father, our Creator, and it's through Jesus Christ. So, oh yeah. Then you hear crazy stuff about Crowley and Parsons. Yep. Nah, bro. No. I'm like Drake said one time. I'm here for a good time, not a long. Well, hold on. Did he say that? Okay, maybe I take it back. Maybe he said something that I didn't mean, so never mind. I take it back. Red women. What? Oh, like the Scarlet Women? Scarlet Women? Which, by the way, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's like the name of a song title or like an album cover, not album cover, album title or song title or whatever, or maybe a movie or show. I don't know. I know I heard of Scarlet somewhere these last few weeks and months. So, matter of fact, let me see if I can't find what exactly I heard. No, not Scarlett Johansson. What the heck? Okay. Miss Scarlet and the Duke. Oh, that's what it was. So Doja Cat's Scarlet Tour. Okay. Interesting. On time, that is short. Is that how it goes? Really? I forget, yo. If that's correct, then hey, I'll take it back. Then I did mean that. So that's what's this is man, and that's what's funny. And this is get ready for this. So a lot of people within like the atheist like worldview, they're like, oh, you believe in a book written by man and this and that and God and this like like white bearded guy in the sky and the clouds. I'm like, that's cool and all, I get it, but you do know that the person who built rockets and which led to rockets being shot into space, did witchcraft, right? You are aware that person was a warlock and a witch, right? Please tell me you know this. It's openly known historical fact, not theory, fact. Jack Parsons was a warlock. He was a witch. He was an occultist. He performed sex magic because he was a huge follower of Crowley. I'm sorry, I'll believe in the white bearded guy in the sky and the clouds anytime before I, trust and worship and follow and support a guy who did witchcraft and summoned demons and all this other stuff in order to build a rocket. You know what I mean? It's like people just don't want to see and look into a lot of this stuff, and it's laughable because it's like, hey, I will believe in my God and the Bible any day versus looking up to a guy who was openly and historically, factually a witch. So yeah, I'll choose my God any day. Yeah. Hold on. Here, I wanted to share this, I guess, because again, it's just something interesting to me. Yeah, he got his ideas from a demon, and he admits to it. He admits that his ideas for the rocket came from a demon. You know what I mean? Who's really crazy here? Who's really weird and odd and come on. Anyways, how long is Doja Cat's The Scarlet Tour concert? I really don't care, but Just want to see something real quick. Oh, I guess yesterday was the Los Angeles tour. Let's look at some of the songs on this concert tour. Demons, Red Room, Gun, Paint the Town Red. I don't know what this means, but FTG. Okay. All right, that's more than I needed to know, but interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, he did. And yeah, people want to overlook that. People, atheists and all that, want to overlook that fact because, again, it is historical fact that happened, and he admits to it. He admitted to it. Like, what more do you need? Oh, Lord help me. Yeah. I know, bro, and I'm just listen. I wear my world map medallion with honor. You know what I mean? Openly, whenever I get a chance to wear my world map medallion, I wear it because it people like it and like how it looks, and I get questions about it, and I first say like, oh, it's my world map medallion, and they're like, oh, world map, interesting. Like, what do you mean? Like, oh, well, and then I go into it and I go tell them like, look up the map that everyone was using before Sputnik and all this other crap, and look into it. And I kind of like lead with that. I was like, hey, just look it up, how the world map looked before Sputnik and before space travel. And like, I get people interested and people curious about it, and it's just a good conversation starter. And then they find out, you know what I'm saying, that I'm a biblical, what's the word? I forget now. Biblical cosmologist. That's like the safest way of saying it. Biblical cosmologist. What do you mean? Oh, you know what I mean. I'm an F-ear. Like, wait, what? Yeah, technically I'm a flat earther. I'm like, he's one of them. Don't trust whatever he says now. That's why I always say biblical cosmologist, yo, because it's in the Bible. But whatever. Map picker on. Yeah, exactly. They do use the same map. Yeah, it is. And see, but people keep looking over that, and people keep like dismissing it. Like, oh, it's not really what it is. Yes, it is. It really is, though. Like, it really is. Oh man, I cannot wait. For a lot to be revealed. Make sure that you're ready. Listen, on one of my last days at my last job, which I just quit a few days ago, like last week, one of the guys came back from somewhere, and he brought back some gifts. And I know you can't see it too well because it's green, the letters are green, but he had like a few keychains, and they said different things. And this is stuff that actually came off of like actual aircraft, right? So this is like legit aircraft like property that obviously was made into a souvenir or whatever. But they had different phrases and different sayings. And this one says "scan before flight," and I took it because I'm like, yo, this is like a reminder that God will scan us before lifting us up and the taking away and like the rapture, and he will scan his people to see if they are ready to be caught up and taken in that rapture. So if he scans you before flight, you're not ready, and you don't have that relationship with him, you don't have that connection with him, your mind, heart, and eyes and attention is on the world and not him, you will be left behind. It will be one of those things where it's like he can't take you because you're not ready yet to go with him. So it's a reminder to make sure that we're ready to get scanned by him and lifted up and taken up with him and all that. So I just thought it was a cool phrase. And I saw it and I immediately thought of the rapture and all that, and I just kept it. So I thought it was cool. But yeah, the universal picture logo for the 20th looks like our globe. Yeah, how they get that picture exactly, and these are things that are brought up many times if in conversation with people who are deep into the whole space travel and NASA and all that, and they're just they just knew, you know what I mean? You think there's the government space ships up there as it appears to world's what? Guy left copy for them. Whenever someone asks me how it's going, I say space is space. That was good. That was good. I'll never forget seeing pics as a boy thinking that this tin foil they used on this space. Because it was tin foil, bro. It's funny that people who mock and laugh at conspiracy theorists and tinfoil hat conspiracies are the same people who fall for the people who duped them by putting tinfoil on their spacecraft that went to space, and yet that's looked like an accomplishment. I'm like, but why? Yeah, the gold foil. It's like, come on, man, come on. And it breaks my heart because a lot of intelligent, smart, wise people that I know are intelligent, smart, and wise have fallen for it and continue to fall for it. And it's like, are we looking at the same picture? Like, are you looking at how, and they admit to saying that that's what they sent up there. Look at it. It's aluminum foil. It's aluminum foil all around the spacecraft. Oh, Lord help me, yo. It's just heartbreaking, yo. Just because they mock us. Hey, I'm for it, bro. Like, let me know how it works out too. If you're able to see anything, let me know, and I'll get mine built and made. A pirate one, huh? I know, bro. I know. But it's not. You know what? It's funny because it's not really. It's just. It's tough to watch. You know what I mean? It's really tough to watch people that are smart and intelligent otherwise, but it's the deep indoctrination that goes into it. You know what I mean? All of us, most of us went through the public school system, learned the same things. We all go through the same exact programming. We all go through the same indoctrination. So I can't blame it all on them. I think it's whether or not you want to be open to the possibility that you've just been wrong your whole life, and that you've been taught wrong your entire life, and that you've been fed lies your entire life. There's a lot of people who they don't want to admit to it, and because they don't want to admit to it, it's scary to them, so they just cling on to and hold on to the lies that they've been fed their entire life. And on one end, I get it, I understand it, and I kind of sort of respect it, because I'm not the type of person who likes to pry, right? But it's like, what are you scared of, really? Like, so what? So what? You've been lied to your whole life. A lot of us have been lied to many things, like Santa Claus. Once you find out that it's not real, that it's like fake, it's a fantasy, it's like, okay, cool, it was a fantasy. Yeah, and you go on with your life. You know what I mean? It's not that big of a deal to admit that you've been lied to your entire life about the way the world works and the way the world is built, and what potentially could be the actual real true layout of the world. There's nothing wrong with admitting that you've been lied to about that. That's the way I see it, at least. You know what I mean? It's not that big of a deal. You learn the truth, you open your eyes to it, you open your mind and your eyes to the possibility that things might and could be different than what you've been learning your entire life, and you just go about your day. You know, you just learn something new. That's all that is. You learn something new. You know what I mean? Don't want to believe the fact that the Russian moonlighting video was hilarious. That's true. People don't want, they're scared to learn anything. They're scared to learn anything different from what they've already learned because they think, and they're partially right, they think that they'll be laughed and mocked at by everyone else, by their peers. And so it's like peer pressure, if you look at it. If you're able to break through that force field of peer pressure and give yourself a chance to like open your mind and eyes to possibilities and potential truths, and you're able to break through that barrier of like peer pressure that you receive from your peers and loved ones, trust me, once you do it, it's so liberating. It's an awesome feeling. It's a great feeling. It's a healthy feeling, and it's just wonderful. It's beautiful. I don't want to like, I'm gonna be careful with how I say this, but it's like, it's almost like when you turn to Christ and you like convert to Christ, right, and you accept Christ as your Lord and Savior, that you feel this weight off of your shoulders and you feel like a new person and you feel like you have new eyes on the world. This is kind of sort of like that. Like when you open your eyes and mind to the possibilities that you've been lied to, and you just realize new information that just happens to like, make sense and be true. It just feels like a lot of weight off your shoulders. Like, oh dang, that's crazy. I've been lied to all this time. But cool. So like now I know that this is a possibility. You know what I mean? Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, I mean it, but what does it hurt though, really? It is a tough door to open, but at the end of the day, what does it really hurt? That now you have more information than your average person, and now you have knowledge of a possibility. You know what I mean? And it's a strong possibility, right? But as they say here or there, you can't know 100% for sure, but it's a strong possibility nonetheless. You know what I mean? Yeah, but they'll say that your eyes also play tricks on you because of perspective and all this other stuff, which is technically true. But the thing is, there's a difference between natural anomalies versus like man-created illusions. You know what I mean? I've always said that, because they'll say, oh, there's things that are, you look and they're illusions, and then like more than half the time they bring up something that's man-made. I'm like, yeah, that's man-made, but naturally, the way things are naturally, sure, there are like a handful of things here and there that are like natural optical illusions, sure, but not to that extent. Where it's like, no, like on a small scale, if you try to replicate like the roads and this and that, it's like no. It just doesn't work that way. Your eyes, sure, they will pick up on some optical illusions that are mostly man-made, but when it's like natural, like the wilderness, the mountains, the way the earth is laid out, and perspective, and how far your eyes can actually see and all that, I mean, it's just, come on. You side with the underdogs, and Christian has been steadily attacked over the last couple of years, so there's some other story. Yeah, exactly. Should thing got disproven with the, yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. When you have the tools to pretty much like what's the word, to back up your claim, right? Like the camera, the P900 or P1000 camera, right, with that extra optical zoom. You keep zooming in and you bring back the boat into vision. Like, what more do you need? What more do you need? Really? Oh no, because it went over the curve. No, it didn't. No, zoom in on it. Zoom in on it with a P900 or P1000, and it'll bring it right back into focus. Right back into focus. But anyways, it's getting time for me to start closing up. But before I do start saying my farewells and closing the stream up, exactly, that's exactly right. But they'll never admit to it because they just want to keep believing a lie. But it is what it is. Hold on, let me try to open up the store. How was it called? Okay. Ooh, fancy. Okay, so boom. It's cool how I typed it in. It's the first thing that popped up, so that's good. That's good. But anyways, let me come on. Where are you? There we go. All right. All right. So as winter approaches, I know. You guys gonna tell me, oh, JDQ, I want to help and I want to support, but I don't see any new designs. They're coming, bro. I promise you, they're coming. All right. That's mainly my fault. There's a few new designs that I've been wanting and needing to like already upload to the site and to the store, but it's taking me time to like really get them to where I want them to look before I like release them. So just bear with me. There will be new designs coming soon. But for those of you who like or love the designs that are already up here, then be my guest and help the team out with this. As I always say, you don't have to, you don't need to, but if you can and want to bless me, the team, or the channel, or my family, this is one of the many ways you can do that. You can cop yourself some hoodies, some sweaters, some t-shirts, and all that. Mainly like hoodies and sweaters to get yourself ready for the winter and all that. And there's other links below in the banner that's scrolling below me. PayPal, Cash App. If that's easier for you and that's you want to be more direct towards me and my family, that's another way of doing it. But with the clothes, it's a win-win because you're getting yourself warm for the winter while at the same time blessing myself, the team, and my family. So either way you go about it, I'll appreciate it. But yeah, I just wanted to remind you guys about that before I leave because a lot of you already know this, but I just left like my current job at the warehouse where I was working at, and I am dedicating my full time to this channel and my other business ventures that I have going on the side. And it just helps. It just helps to kind of like, keep doing this on a more constant, frequent basis. Because if I'm able to make around the same amount that I was making before I left the warehouse job, or more, then it makes it easier for me to be consistently on here as much as I want to be on here. So if you want to see more of my face, you want to see more of my interactions, my commentary and all that, or just love the sound of my voice, and you want to keep hearing it on a daily basis, then obviously I need some type of incentive for me to keep doing so. And so, yeah. So if that's something that you guys want, I do need you guys' help in that sense. Oh, snap. William says, JDQ, I got boxes of old comics. Will send pics in a few days. Don't want nothing for them. Got them off old. Think there's 250 or 300. Hey man, that's completely up to you, bro. I'm not telling you to do anything. But if you want to do that, you completely can. And of course, yeah, I'll allow it because I love comics. For those of you who are like new here, I'm into I'm a musician myself, a drummer by trade or whatever, and technically also like a beat maker or producer. But I'm also an artist. I'm into art. I'm into drawing. I'm into comics and all that stuff. So anytime you guys want to send me like comics or anything art related, I will gladly, graciously receive it and accept it. So I mean, yeah, that's cool, bro. I appreciate that. You don't have to, but if that's something you feel in your heart to do, then by all means, I'm not gonna stop you. I think that's actually pretty um cool and thoughtful that you even thought of me when you saw that. So that's I appreciate it in advance, man. That's crazy. I didn't even know 300. That's insane. 300 comics. But yeah, that's yeah. Thank you in advance. Oh man, what? 80s, 90s, and 70s, bro. Hey man, you about to make me tear up, man. You don't even know it. You about to make me tear up because that's I won't lie, it's not the greatest gift I ever got because the greatest gift I ever got ever in my entire life was this right here. And this is something that I can't wait to like get graded and but before I get you know what? I want the person who gifted me this, I want them to autograph it on the cover. And I know they're not an artist. I know they're not a writer. I know they're not Stan Lee. They're not Eminem. They're none of that. But they're the most important person in my eyes and in my opinion. And their autograph means and is worth a lot more to me than any other artist or writer would be worth on this cover. So she knows who she is. Um, and it would mean a lot to me if she were to do that before I get it graded. And I know once I get it graded, the graders are going to be like, who the hell's signature is this? Is this an unknown artist that we're not aware of? But yeah, I really hope she does sign it for me because it means the world to me. And it's, yeah, it's one of the greatest gifts I ever got. But William, your gift would be second. I'm kidding, bro. I'm kidding. I mean, I'm not kidding, but I'm kidding with putting the whole like places of like first place, second place. Any gift is amazing to me because I appreciate gifts and all that. So, anyways, go through them. I want to see your thoughts. Give me if it's. Oh yeah, man. How do we go about? Do you have my Instagram? I think you do. I'm not sure if you have my Instagram. I feel like I gave you my number. Hold on. I feel like I gave you my number at one point, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just double check. Because I feel like we exchanged. Yeah. So I do have your number. Wait. William, just answer me this. What three numbers does the phone number start with? Let me know in the live chat, William. What first three digits your phone number starts with, and then I'll confirm on this side. Because if it is your number, then yeah, I'll send you my information through there. Because nowadays, bro, you can't trust like scammers and bots and people, portraying to be other people. It's really difficult out here to trust anybody. So, but yeah, okay, so it is you. Okay, so I'll send you my address to your phone number. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'll send you my address to your phone number as a text message. And yeah, and we'll go from there. You can send me pictures through there if you want. However is easiest for you. But yeah, man, hey, again, thanks in advance. I appreciate that. Also, if you guys are into jewelry, if you guys are into like affordable, high-end jewelry, the whole iceclick.com is still an option for you guys. So, you know, let me see if I can't. I know I have a referral code somewhere, but it's in the description somewhere, I think. But basically, you will, like, through the link that I offer as a referral link, you'll be brought to like this website. Wait, did they change their name? I hope not. Anyways, it's just affordable high-end jewelry. Is all it really is. So that's another option if you're into that, or if you want to give someone a gift or whatever, you can use my discount code for it, etc., etc., etc. Yeah, I do have WhatsApp. I do. So yeah, we could definitely do it that way if you want. But anyways, it's about to be 9 o'clock, and I did say I was out by 9 o'clock. Remember, guys, if you want to see me or the team more frequently on here, consistently, consider blessing the channel, myself and my family, through the different options that there is. The JDQ, Just Don't Quit, Spring Store is an option. The iceclick.com referral link is an option. PayPal tag or Cash App tag is an option. So yeah, you don't have to, but if you can and want to, those are the options to bless your boy here, and hopefully I'm able to give you guys a lot more content a lot more frequently. That being said, I will let you guys go. Thanks for all being here. I appreciate it. William, of course, DT, of course, the lovely, beautiful, amazing Emily Rose. I know some other people were here earlier. Oh, Kiko was here for a while. Kodiak was here for a while. And I know there's other people I can't see, because at some point there was like 10 people here at one time. So that's pretty cool. But anyways, a huge shout out to you guys. Blessings and love to every single one of you. Thanks for being here for as long as you were. Thank you. Yes. And y'all stay safe and blessed out there. And until next time, this is JDQ with Vision IBU TV. And until next time, peace out.